So for about 15 years at the beginning of this century, Connecticut really pursued these kind of soak the rich policies. And I think it's very interesting to watch what happened. Sort of toward the end of that process in 2015, Connecticut once again raised their income tax. And when they did that in 2015, this time in 2016, the amount of tax paid by the 100 biggest taxpayers in the state went down by 45%, which really speaks to what Ed was saying a minute ago, just in terms of how mobile both people and assets are, how easily people can move, how easily people can move their assets. Would that it were so easy that we could capture this, but that is not the case. And you can see the economic consequences of what Connecticut did. If you look at this, Connecticut lost more adjusted gross income per capita than any other state, and by a lot compared to other states. DC, obviously, as you can see, was worse over this period between 2012 and 2018. So this has, as you'll see even more here, this has not exactly been a winning strategy for Connecticut. All right, so then let's talk a little bit about the timing for this event, because for this amendment, because it is a little bit of a perfect storm in a negative way for those who support it. As you can already see, we talked before about the increase in the Massachusetts state budget, far greater certainly than the increase in household income. But if we look at the Massachusetts fiscal picture, what we see is that last year we collected $5 billion more in tax revenue than anticipated. This year, as of April, we're $3.5 billion ahead of this year's benchmark. And as of the end of the next budget cycle, the Commonwealth is expected to have a rainy day fund of $6.55 billion. This does not even get to the billions of dollars in COVID relief funds that we have from the federal government currently, that Massachusetts also has access to right now. Okay, so another reason, in terms of the timing, the reason that the timing on this is particularly bad, it is not just because of the kind of mobility of jobs and of talent that Ed spoke to. That is certainly a big issue, but there are other issues as well. So we've got 13 states right now recognizing this mobility and the need to compete for jobs and talent, and they're pursuing tax cuts. 10 states have already pursued tax cuts. Among them, again, I mentioned New Hampshire before and said, remember New Hampshire. Well, New Hampshire, one of the two states to which we lose, that combined we lose 70% of our adjusted gross income to on an annual basis. About altogether, New Hampshire alone is about 25%. Well, they have already put in place. They're going to be cutting down, phasing out their income, their interest and dividends tax by 2027. So in addition to being a no income tax state, having far lower taxes than Massachusetts, they're also going to be phasing out this tax as well.